Did that?
Okay, here we go. Ooh, the church. Oh wait, wrong way.
While waiting on Flash and all of us to get prepped and ready to head out to the mission, I gotta check up on a few item prices.
We're already there.
Oh, I was waiting for the I got a teleport offer to the gold saucer. That's all I've gotten so far.
Thank you for your service to the church and to the souls.
So where are we going?
May be pleased to know, in your absence, we interred remaining scions in the Lichard. Perhaps you still wish to do more for your friends. If so, I would remind you that you've already done so much on their behalf. Please take rest and set aside your burdens for now.
That's me teleporting to you guys.
Okay. Now we have to go into the building and talk to someone. I'm not imagining it. I know I'm being watched. This is different, sinister, as if I'm under observation. Feeling comes and goes, but I felt it when last I ventured outside. Yes, I know I felt it. Will you look outside for me, please? It will only take a moment. Oh, okay. I
Got you in the back. Welcome to Dark Souls.
please, sir. I'm just a chocobo-faced warrior. Please don't hurt me. Oh, okay, down here to this tombstone. Happens.
Just stops and stares at my mount as a
An imperial fun Frumentarius? What kind of name is that? Frumentarius. Sounds like a weird piece of clothing that is just too ritzy to wear. I think the days of chicken nugget are gone. Say hello to guard dog. You were attacked, weren't you? Are you unharmed? Thank the gods. I knew it. He was watching me. But why was he watching me? What would he want with me? Did he perhaps know something about my past? If only I could have asked him. I need to think. Please, allow me a moment alone. Wait. Father Elude must hear of this. Will you tell him for me? It is important. I think others may come for me again. Heavens forfend, that such a thing should happen on holy ground. You have any idea who this man was? Do you notice anything distinct about his garb or possessions? He's an imperialist, obviously. But let's just hand the sword. This is Garlean steel, which means the man who was attacking Marquise was. Make haste to Camp Drybone at once. We must summon the immortal flames before the Imperials come. Damn. You are the first sane person I've met so far.
Trail. So done they don't even know who their assailants are.
Cutscene.
I fondly hoped that I might be the first to speak with you. Would that I had been so fortunate. At ease, adventurer. I come not on behalf of the Empire. On the contrary,
Oh no, the
I
nail.
mean to revive the scions of the Seventh Dawn. And to that end, I have come in search of a legend, the greatest engineer of our time,
Mr. Sid Garland, I have come for you.
For you.
And now the secret's out of the bag. It's Sid. This is Sid. I mean, it was a giveaway because of the goggles, but it's Sid, damn it.
Seeing him at the very beginning of the game, like, oh, there's the twins.
Witness to the horrors at Cartano. I beg of you, leave us in peace. Wait.
You can't hide Sid. He's like the biggest mechanical genius in Final Fantasy. You can't just put him as a sideline.
Eorzea needs you.
I love Sid. He's one of the coolest characters in all of the series. He's always awesome. He's in every Final Fantasy game. He's as integral to the game as Chocobos.
Sid is one of the best guidance in all the Final Fantasy.
He's the one that made materia. He's the one that made airships.
Yep. He's always the brains behind every one of the engineering departments.
You had his shit and you never told him? The hell, preacher man?
Sid, was it? Here.
And he was a good boy.
Belong to you.
Got no trouble.
I thought you
So I hit his
mark
shit.
Of greatness. It seems that I was right. Our time together was all too brief, but it felt as though my son had returned to me. You have brought joy to
I'm worried. I feel like the preacher's gonna die now. He's doing too much exposition. This is bad.
But it is time for you to help those
Exposition
who
means someone's gonna
truly
die.
need you.
I do not remember this actually. No, yeah.
Probably because you skipped it.
I don't remember.
Who are you?
Alfino Leveilleur, at your service.
Alphanod,
As a
you...
scion of the Seventh Dawn, I stand against our primal and imperial foes, as my grandfather once did. It is no
Wait.
secret what befell
Wait.
our order at the Waking Sands.
Wait,
Word has already spread.
is his grandfather the old man?
Oh my goodness.
Is his grandfather the old man that has a staff in the Scion 7 Dawn?
The repercussions of
No
fair
fucking
play
way.
to the
How did I
universe.
never know that?
In the wake of the calamity, the three city-states focused their efforts solely on reconstruction, leaving the Scions to combat the primal threat unaided. And lo, we are all but destroyed. Yet even as the nations mourn our demise and abandon what little hope they have left, we cannot forsake our duty, now least of all. The Ixal have summoned Garuda once more, and she torments the people of Kurthus as we speak.
Oh, Kurthus. By the way, Kurthus is where I met King.
Appetite for destruction far exceeds that of other primals.
Yeah, for some.
Yeah, starter characters in Kurthus. You see why that's a problem?
Yes. In her present
Do you
incarnation,
remember how I met
our
King?
Valdesian colleagues
Some
believe she
years ago.
surpasses both Ifrit and Titan in strength. Yet,
I was murdering
therein
sheep.
lies an opportunity. Were we somehow to defeat Garuda, it would serve as a warning to the other beast tribes that even their mightiest gods can be felled. If we are to face our foe, we must first circumvent the tempest that shields her sanctuary. And for that, we need an airship. Your airship, Sid.
I have an airship?
Yes, Sid, you do. Your very own airship. It was last seen in the skies over Gridania, not long before the calamity. So let us begin our search there.
An airship? Oh, wait.
On, remember Sid, you're a bright bulb. There it is. Oh, oh, Sid. I missed you, bud.
Come, let us put an end to the primals. Together, we will show the world that the Scions are still a force to be reckoned with.
By the way, Shadow, if you want, I am streaming. If you want to
That's
see where
fine.
we're at and everything.
Oh, I'm just kind of running around doing some blue quests.
They need my airship. They need me.
Currency. Okay.
Oh, so, babe, in Kingdom Hearts, Sid was the blonde guy behind the counter at the beginning. The one that works on Moogle ships. That was Sid. Hey. Oh, fuck, so... That.
I'm gonna grab something to eat. Be right back.
Is that a minion?
Yes.
The hell did you get that minion? I've never seen it before.
It's Odin.
That minion is not Odin, it's a chocobo.
Oh no, that's my Chocobo.
What boarding is that?
Take a look at it.
What a curious twist of fate that Master Sid Garlorn would have at last be found within the church. It defies imagination. I beg your pardon. You wish to find the airship, yes? I know not how much truth there is to it, but that there is a tale known to the final flight of the Enterprise, which grew popular in the wake of the Calamity, much like the Great Ubu Wall of Ul'dah. It states that the Enterprise flew northwest from Gridania towards. If true, the airships would have passed through the North Shroud, likely over Falgord Float, closest settlement to Korthus. Mayhap the Serpents stationed there have records of the events that transpired that day. I hope you might rest from your journey for a time, but I see that the world still has need of you and the Scions. Pray look at yourself and Sid.
Flash, by the way, it's Barding of the Divine Light gear. It's for one of the final bosses.
I just
It's a gift.
don't.
It's a gift to me.
I just don't understand, honestly. I don't understand. You got more money than I've ever had in this game, and you just started. Okay, Southern Thanalan. Is it a dungeon? Oh, it's a dungeon. Okay. I'm going to teleport all of us to Little Alamingo. Not far from here, but I don't feel like walking. You guys feel like walking? I don't feel like walking.
Hang on a second, because I've got to kill these things.
Shit. I'll wait.
What's up?
She's like, hold on, as my meter hit 0 for teleporting. I was like,
I was
no.
saying hold on before that, but...
Oh, I was able to fix the audio from the other night on YouTube and stuff.
There we go. So, if I choose to be a carpenter, that's me going out and chopping wood, right?
No, carpenter is production of carpentry.
Oh, how do I chop wood?
Botany is chopping wood. You get that in Gridania, you get mining in Ul'dah. So if you're in Ul'dah right now, I would get the mining while you're there. And
I'm gonna grab the botany.
yeah. It's not hard to level. You'll level really fast. You can also use your 30% experience ring under level 30 with it. Your necklace, or not your necklace, but your earring as well. So excited. This is when the story starts getting good in A Realm Reborn. This is when it starts getting all the good points.
letter? What do you mean I have a new letter? Does my pen pal give me a new item?
Uh-oh. I just realized something. Karma's about to love me so much.
Why?
I think he left. Yeah, he left it in here. Time to give the bone to her. Huh.
Make sure it's not wintry or anything.
On it. Oh god, she's trying to take it out of my hand. On it. Oh, she's licking her chops so hard. On it, baby. On it. You want it?
I want her to either eat it in there with you or in here with me so that one of us can keep an eye on her while she eats it.
Yeah, she's laying on her. She's gonna be laying on her bed eating it. I think she was thinking that it was steak because she chowed down on it at first and didn't realize. It's like she grabbed all of it. Oh, she's breaking the bone.
Keep an eye on her, please. I don't want it to splinter and...
Yeah, I'm looking at her. Putting it on her side teeth, breaking slowly.
Beef bones typically don't splinter all that badly, but... I'm a paranoid mama.
I was gonna say that mouth that just went by was a featherlight. One of the 9 featherlights you need.
The rest of the stuff in here is your meat, right, Fox?
Oh,
No,
I ate all
that-
mine.
No,
That's
that's for Karma. It's Crystal.
Okay, baby. You ready for the rest of it? That bone did not last long at all. She's sniffing and looking all over the bed where where pieces of it landed. Want to rest? You know, I would say you're quite the spoiled pupper. You know that? I'm gonna come the rest off. There we go. Here you go, baby.
This guy came out to pull his little robot against my my behemoth.
Serious, Chadwick? Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? That is an insult. That is an insult to Sirius Black. But his name is Sirius Chadwick, you dick. Oh wait, he's wearing Realm Reborn end gear. Huh. What kind of fucking mount was that?
It's the alien one. That sucker's expensive.
It's cool. That's why it's expensive.
Literally, I can't afford it either. It's like worth like 29 mil.
I don't even know what the guild cap is in this game.
Billions. It's either 999 mil or 999 bill.
Good. You want more, huh? That's it. That's all there is. Oh, she's looking at me, licking her lips, just like pleading for more. That look. Oh, she wants to give me lovin's now.
Serious Chadwick's moving around.
Yeah. She's sniffing around. She's like, "Where's the rest? Where's the rest? Damn it!" Fox, look. She's sniffing. She's sniffing on me. Sniffing on me. There you go. Was it good? Enjoy it. I'm glad. If we can go chops the rest of the night, aren't you? You can have some weird poops tomorrow, I bet. She always does. Like when she eats chicken or bones, she ends up having like gurgly poops, like half solid, half liquid. And it's funny because every time she does, she goes to like squat, and she puts her nose up like she's gonna drop, right? And all of a sudden you hear every time, and it's so funny because like the look on her face is like her muzzle starts shaking. She's just like, yes. Are you looking something up, babe?
Yeah, I was looking at something.
Oh, her thank you is to put her butt by the chair so she can make sure I see her butt. Damn.
Yep.
She is having a great time.
Oh yeah. We had to deal with an art thief tonight, so she's just relaxing now.
Oh God, it's a pupper. This guy had a pupper mount.
Have you seen the cat mount? The fat cat mount?
Yes, I have.
It's
funny.
like the most amazing mount ever. Man, people are kind of greedy.
Why is that?
Oh, I was just looking at chairs in the area, and they're all like 150 to 200
For a chair?
for a recliner.
1,000?
I leaned back earlier, my recliner snapped on one side, so I wanted to get like a price check ID, kind of like an idea of what. Yeah, like the back.
Yeah,
the back,
I thought so too.
Yeah, the back piece of the chair, part of it, I think, loosened or something. And so now if I lean back, it leans to the side, and I don't want to lean back like that, because if I do, it will cause issues with strain on muscles, and I'll have back pain later, and I don't want that. So I just have to sit upright, which is fine. It helps my back. It's just I'm too used to like sitting in the chair with my legs up. Yeah. It's crazy. Chairs always make me nervous too, because I love recliners, but You're always worried about, like, if you get one that's got, like, bed bugs or something in it, you know?
Yep.
Or worse, if they had a cat that was sick and just got all over it.
Pick up the fishers.
Why do you think they always go through the stay outside for a few hours sprayed down in Autobahn test?
Yeah. That mount's got so much muscle on its muscle that I'm pretty sure that it's in pain.
Walks funny.
Like, Behemoth always struck me as, like, the extreme amount of muscle.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny because you definitely know he skipped leg day.
How fast is he compared to yours?
The speed is consistent through all mounts.
Oh, okay, I forgot about that.
Your speed's based on story, for the most part.
He just seems slow, because a big mount moving slow.
Oh, that and me and... I don't know. We shouldn't have too much more story. We shouldn't have any more story than him, so we shouldn't really be moving faster.
Not sure.
Is this the dungeon?
Welcome to the Sunken Temple of Karn. All that remains of it, at least used to be an ancient Veladians as a place of worship for the sun goddess. Azima... Is that really Azima? Is that how you pronounce that? A-Z-E-Y-M-A? Azima? Azima. Much about the temple's history remains shrouded in mystery. While we have set a research team to the depths, I regret to say that the investigation proceeds at a snail's pace. That is, when it proceeds at all. It would seem that the Beladians have triggered the temple with all manner of devious traps and snares, and to deter robbers, no doubt. Check on the storyboard. See on that one already?
Yeah, it's a dungeon. Right there.
Not showing it as a. Not showing that it's a dungeon that we have. We have recruited adventurers to assist in disarming the traps, but forewarned, many have entered have yet to return. Should you wish to brave the depths, we would welcome your aid. Wait, this isn't a story mission. This is the Sunken Depth of Corn. This is one that we picked up earlier. That's why it threw me off. I was like, wait, yeah. Okay, never mind. Okay, so...
I was wondering why it want to get me 3,900 experience.
Yeah, we gotta go to the Black Shroud to Falgord Float. I'm gonna go ahead and click that real quick and teleport everybody.
Ready. Come back for this.
Oh, Haru, I'm gonna get you if you keep sitting there. I'm gonna get you. He's looking at his chops, sniffing where the lid was. Okay, let's see. Oh, right over here.
What's Tanya doing?
Hmm?
She's laying here happy as a pig in poo. Pig in dirt. She's got her paws crossed, her butt near the back of the chair, and she's just staring at the door, happy. She is full Pris mode too, her paws are crossed. Yeah, that it didn't last long at all. Like, she got it in her mouth and it disappeared. Like, that's... Is there aught I can do to assist you with, sir?
What?
The Enterprise may... Okay, come on, man. That thing's bulky as hell, please. The Enterprise, you speak of the Master Garland ship, yes? I need to refer to the records. I know the airship was sighted overhead 5 years ago, clearly bound for Korthus. What became of it after, that I cannot say. If you wish to know more, pray speak with Borchfort at Florence. Can you just not make words English? He was on duty that day and saw it with his own eyes. I am unsure what it is you hope to accomplish, though. Even though you locate the ship, you would not need a man of Master Gorland's caliber to fly it. I hear that the machinery is fiendishly complex. Are you serious? Did you just basically say that Sid isn't good enough? I will slap you. I will rear back over this counter and I will slap you, good sir.
Meanwhile, in Limsa Lamenza, I'm fishing.
It's wet. There's water everywhere. Fish.
And it's raining.
Hey, there's certain fish you can only catch during the rain in Limsa.
Yeah, but I just got my beginner fishing pole.
So
I'm not gonna catch nothing.
You're just gonna wiggle.
I'm trying to catch anchovies.
Just wiggle it in the water a little bit.
Yep.
Ew.
You know the difference between knowing if a game's from created by Americans or Japanese? Look at how they do squats.
Ah.
No, the character in here is doing squats and they're throwing their arms back, squatting down, and then moving their arms upward when they move up. And that is the form that everyone in Japan uses, while everyone in America just squats. They don't use their arms. Which makes me think that the arms are used better for balance and rhythm with that manner, but, you know, what do I know?
Yep.
We doing it wrong.
I've learned, chum.
I shall squat bigger than you have ever squatted before. You shall look at my legs in fear and... Ooh, I have to kill that for a thing.
Opportunity?
Kill it! Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. It's got a ring above its head.
That wouldn't be very good for what to do with me because that would be a squat and uh-oh.
Hey, I just wanted to uh-oh.
Hey, I got my anchovies.
That sounded like a really weird innuendo, and I don't know why.
You're an innuendo.
No, I'm an incognito.
Bitch, please, I'm incognito. You don't even know where I'm at. Without looking at the map, anyway.
Sure, actually, you went.
Bam, bam. Alright, here we go. Here's the guy.
Finally, Flash, go through there, and you go to a snow area.
You have come in search of... What's his face? And well met, for you have found him. Indeed, I have served as the whaler for many years, since before the Great Snows came to Karthus. What exactly is this about? Oh, the flight signal for the Enterprise? I do remember that day. And we're going to cut him off in sentence to make a new quest. Here we go. It was on the eve of... Oh, dear God, this sounds like a Christmas tale. 'Twas on the eve of the Battle of Chardonnay. Cartanu, yeah. Cartanu. Nigh on 5 years ago, I held the spire alone that night while the bulk of our forces marched to meet the enemy in the field. And all of a sudden, the most fantastic airship I'd ever seen splits the sky overhead. I could only watch in shock and in disappointment over the mountains to the northwest. If the Enterprise wasn't destroyed during the calamity, I'd wager it's still somewhere in Karthus. To the toilet she doth run once more. The astrologians at the observatorium may have records which could help, but to obtain them, you would need to deal with the Ishgardens control the region. I wouldn't expect much, though. The high houses have long been concerned with their own affairs above all else. While Dalamud descended, they took shelter behind their gates, and even now they have little regard for the plights of other nations. Nevertheless, they have deigned to assist you. They may deign to assist you should you prove yourself useful. Consider providing your services to the soldiers who guard the observatorium. Though they may refuse you at first, I will doubt that they will accept your aid freely offered.
Flash, got a question.
Yeah.
Why are you all shiny swirly right now? What's causing that?
I'm pretty sure it's my immunity move. Well, no, maybe not.
You've been doing that ever since I came up to you. The behemoth.
Yeah, I have it. I don't know exactly what it is.
Could be something about your gear setup.
I don't think so.
Because I see people with it that have it on 24/7.
I mean, if I turn off my enmity generation mode, I could switch to like, yeah, there we go. It's gone.
Yeah, okay, so it disappeared. I switch back. Now it's not on.
Hold on.
Because that's kind of cool, but I'm kind of curious what's triggering it.
Oh, let me see. Hold on. It popped up when I used my MAME. Delivers a potency attack of 100. Heavy swing combo potency is 250. Increases beast gauge by 10%. It's my beast gauge.
Okay.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep,
It's like a permanent effect.
Yeah. Fear the chocobo head. Get
I
it.
guess when the beast gauge is filled, you use an ability to once it has it maximized, it like does more damage, or unlocks an ability, and then it disappears after you use it. It's basically telling you we can use it. What if that's how I think it works.
Yeah, if you look real closely, you can see my character's face.
Yeah. You can hide between that mouth all day if you like.
It fits the eyes perfectly. Easy.
A flash. If you look very closely, you can see a behemoth.
See a taint. You know what's you know what the best part about this headpiece is? Look at the neck.
What the heck?
It's a little bitty radish that they like to eat. The greens.
Seafood.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
That poor toilet. That poor toilet. Hey, there's a fate on us. You know what that means.
Level 24.
An insult. I actually have a move that I haven't really been able to use too much recently, but it's really cool. It's called Vengeance. Reduces damage taken by 30% and delivers an attack potency of 55 every time you suffer physical damage.
Why can't I attack them?
Also, I have this move, Home Gang. You need to sync your level. Home Gang, brace yourself to an enemy onslaught, preventing most attacks from reducing your HP to less than 1. It's a 10-second move that makes me not killable. I need to kill them too, apparently.
Get together as a group.
Shroud hair. They aren't hairs though, these are fucking slugs. Why are you calling them hairs? God, they look like a really, really shellless hideous version of the thing from SpongeBob. Pet.
The snail?
Gary, yeah, Gary. It looks like Gary without a shell, without a shell, but like the scary, weird version of him.
Ow.
It's supposed to be cats and it's SpongeBob, so that's funnier.
Yeah. You know it's bad when your character's so tiny that your chocobo looks like a minion.
There we go.
Wait, Flash.
Yeah.
If you continue up here, go through this boundary real quick.
I know where it leads. I'm waiting.
I know. But you know where that boundary is. That's gonna be fun.
When you shut the door, it made the TV blur. I think we nailed the TV too well into the wall.
Jeez.
Because when you shut the door, the center of the TV discolored. Like the TV was just like, ah, brace. Okay, so where are we going now? Corthus. We have to go to Corthus. We're right there near the entrance, so we shall go there. We get on me chocobo, and we shall head out to the world of frozen glory. I really, really wish there was like a Nightmare Before Christmas themed area in this game. It would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like a snowy, dark overtone. Corthus is kind of like that, but not quite. Mapping the realm, Corthus Central. Say hello to We're Doing Your Chores For You. That's exactly what this area is.
I spent so much time in this area.
Yeah, there's so many damn chores. I kid you not, like within the levees and dungeons.
I spent hundreds of hours in this area.
This is effectively end game for A Realm Reborn, like the beginning of the end game areas. God, I love the chocobo sound. Excuse me, can you repeat that? You wish to offer your services to House Durandare? Durandare? And what, pray tell, do you wish to receive an exchange? How absurd. As if we would permit an outsider to pursue the records of the observatorium. Do not mistake our courtesy for friendliness. The holy see of Ishgard may allow foreigners to travel freely within these lands, but we do not intend to offer succor. I mean, good, because you're not a giant nipple, are you? Just saying, you know. You don't want me to be a giant nipple?
This guy's a big prick.
He's a big, but a mile prick, but a mile. How rude.
Electric Love? That's an interesting name.
Alone have mercy. Are you still here? You may take shelter within our walls if you insist, but do not distract me while I'm on duty. We're stretched thin as it is. And where in the hells is that knight I sent out on patrol? He should have returned ages ago. Huh. Perhaps I have use for you after all. If you still wish to aid us, search the wilds to the west for my missing man. You will know him by his uniform, that of House Durandare, as is mine.
Step inside the building. I think there was a dungeon quest in here.
Yeah, there is. I can't remember what the name of the dungeon is.
Oh,
I
it's the
haven't
dungeon.
done
Yeah, no, Fort of Fear. It's the dungeon that I was saying that we didn't have access to earlier. It's the last dungeon that we get before we get to like last.
So I don't think Alu can do it right now until she levels up.
We're not going to do it. We're going to keep them on the tab for now and do the story.
You already do? Okay. That's
Yeah.
to be sure.
We just have to go to them and unlock them, but we're not going to do that yet. We're not focusing on that right now. It's MSQ time. Oh, the Haroot's getting the roves. Oh, you're gonna take it, Fluffy boy. I'm not doing weird obscene things to my kitty. You're doing weird obscene things to your kitty. Ow. A Fluffy boy. He has recently decided that this side of the chair is his. Keeps my leg warm. Buddy. Snow of the crunching underneath. Oh well. Too bad I have AoEs. You guys are screwed. Alright, which story quest are you on again, Shadow?
Following the evidence.
Following the evidence? Following the evidence, and we are on something war. We are about 6 quests behind you.
We're almost there. I might have to go to bed soon. I got about maybe 45 minutes at most. Yeah, I got work in the morning.
What are we gonna do without our healer?
Die.
I reckon they would have finished me off. Despicable dragging living bastards spit. Death was a mercy they didn't deserve. I prayed the rumors were mistaken, but this confirms the worst. I must immediately inform my superiors that the heretics that are operating within this region fare thee well, fiend. Friend, not fiend. Damn! Is she murdering someone over there?
I have no fucking clue.
Are your genitals safe? Are you aware of our speak up policy?
I don't question things.
Are you aware of our speak up policy?
Alright, there's gotta be somebody who will sell me shit.
I must say, I didn't actually expect you to find my knight, much less rescue him. I see you have... I have been premature in my judgment, sir. We are a proud people, beholden tradition, but that does not mean we are without humility. I shall instruct the astrologians to entertain your request. However, understand that it is ultimately their decision whether or not you may pursue their records. Pray proceed to the observatorium and introduce yourself to Edmiel.
So his attitude changed real quick. He started calling him.
Hang on a minute. I'm medicating the angriest cat in the house.
Okay. I'm going to back the chocobo up and give you a fluffy headpiece.
Not too far. Not too far.
Right about...
I tried being nice.
Right about... There we go. Perfect.
I tried being nice about this. You decided to go the angry, me fisting your hair sort of way, so do not get angry at me.
You know the best part about it is, she's happy about it. Here you go. Sharing a picture of it.
A masochist just like her fucking mom.
Look at it.
My HP is 1,999.
Shadow, did you see it?
Nope, I'm doing gobbles. Or goboo. Gooboos.
I mean, I am and Oreo are still left.
Well, Oreo hasn't moved. Actually, Oreo has company. He's got a hikari down there with him now.
She's spinning in a circle as if she's attached something to her neck.
Woman, what the hell? What the hell? What is on my back? Haru's tail is flipping and flapping over here. He's having such a good time. Getting belly rubs.
I need 1 more HP and I have 2k.
You know how I know if Haru likes belly rubs or not?
How?
I rub his belly and his paws flex. Like his front paws, he just flexes them without thinking about it. He's just like, oh. His tail is going all over the place. He's so happy.
Yeah, we're close to the Dark Knights.
Oh, this is still Realm Reborn, but yes, the architecture's similar. The gentlemen come in search of the airship. This is highly unorthodox. Whatever could Sir Ludovic's be thinking? It is true that we maintain meticulous records which stretch back generations. However, because this information is used to chart Darwinian activity, access is strictly controlled. One can never be too careful with the heretics and sympathizers lurking about. If you would persist in your inquiries, pray seek the audience of the chief astrologian, Forlamort, up above. You're going to be going up these stairs quite a bit in the near future. Just saying. Pretty sure Shadow's already had to go up and down them a few times.
Like 4 times.
Yep. Because they don't just want you to be here. They want you to be their maid. Because being an adventurer isn't being an adventurer. It's being a person's butler. Without adequate pay or compensation.
Scene.
No, absolutely not. Have you any inkling what it is you ask? Were our records to fall into the wrong hands, it could change the course of the war which has raged for generations. I speak not of some mere spat between southern nations. Ours is a holy crusade, and we are the arbiters of Helen's will. I will not put our great nation at risk. Certainly not to help a foreigner locate a missing airship of all things. Pardon the intrusion. I wish to speak with you regarding the recent... Oh, I did not realize we had a guest. Inquisitor Galamine, you honor us with your presence, sir. The gentleman here was just leaving. Ah, you must be the one who rescued House Durandair's knight from those heretics. Doubtless they feel indebted to you. I am told you seek an airship. Last seen in Corthus 5 years ago, yes? You've come to us at an inconvenient time, I fear. Much has changed since the intervening years, and little for the better, which I wish you the best of luck in your search. I would also strongly advise caution. The snows come quickly in Corthus. One moment you may feel as though you have a firm grasp on your surroundings, safe and secure in your knowledge, and the next you may find yourself in a wholly unfamiliar situation, blind to the dangers hidden by a blizzard. It would be wise for you to focus on a single landmark whilst traveling. Do not give in to the temptation to deviate from your course. I was not aware you aided House Durandair. In that fashion, thank you, sir. Nevertheless, my decision stands. I cannot give you what you seek. I hope I can continue to do that voice.
It will destroy you.
It's not hurting me, it's just... I'm afraid I'm going to forget the tone that I used for him. You know how it is.
Yep.
You there, sir. I could not help but overhear your conversation with the chief astrologian. There may be a way I can assist you, but it would require you to perform for me a favor in exchange. Okay, let me get my pants off. An associate of mine has yet to return.
Oh my god. Wow, she said that and electric glove just popped up.
An associate of mine has yet to return from his expedition to the cliffs east of the observatorium. He was adamant that he could conduct his observations alone, despite the presence of Ixal in the vicinity. If you would seek out this astrologian and confirm that he is well, it would be a great comfort to me. Okay, let's go find your play toy. Yeah, it's quite a ways down.
Yeah.
I hit every single lantern on the way down.
Don't worry, guys. Your white mage is coming.
Barf! Oh God! Ow! I even waited a little while and jumped from a smaller height. Holy crap!
All right, everybody gather around.
I dropped to 1 health.
Yeah, I saw.
You came in, and all I could think to myself was how fucking hilarious it would be if you came in to heal us, and then we just grabbed you and like used you like a loofah and just rubbed you all over ourselves.
What the fuck?
Okay, we can heal now. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Ah, get the hell! Let go of me, damn you!
I would really love to know how to change the interface of the colors of my teammates so I can differentiate between blue and light blue.
Oh God!
Wait, that's not white. Oh,
For
shit.
me, you're light blue.
Oh, I can't tell colors very well. So yeah.
Whoa!
It looks like a whitish blue to me, but
Okay.
I'm colorblind, so.
As am I.
My eyes still work and function properly.
Deja, I see
Oh.
colors.
So when he says the sheep that he killed for stuff, it was these guys right here. These little guys. These
Black sheep, heavy any wool.
these guys right here. These are the ones.
God.
He killed so many of these that they were burned into his retinas.
6 hours of farming that every single day.
Their
Their price doubled.
yeah, their hide is good for crafting stuff.
For honorary caracools.
I need this thing.
Yeah,
Whatever this thing is, I need it.
the hunting log.
Yeah.
They're part of the Maelstrom hunting log as well. I'm gonna kill one of these things over here and see if they can drop something for me.
I should 1 and 3.
Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, you motherfucker. Abe, damn it, stop it! Because you're pulling it out, and then it gets out of range, and then...
Rangers by that tree.
Because I had him to, like, almost 1 point,
Yep.
and
He
he
falls
reset
flat out
because
there.
someone pulled him too far.
That was me. That was me. I was killing a sheep because I wanted to figure out what the item was. That was my mistake.
Please.
You're fine, but...
I got it now, so now I can look up the item later.
It's worth 400 right now. It's so good.
That's not bad for a Realm Reborn item.
What, for
Yes.
the sheep, please?
Yeah.
Yes. It
I'm
was
gonna go-
200. I ran the market for several
Oh no,
months.
what have we started? Shadow's gonna start killing them now. I heard that. I heard that tone in your voice.
Yeah, sheepy, sheepy, sheepy.
There was only one of the guys that I needed in there, though.
There'll be more.
Hard to respawn before we go back through.
Okay, let's aid this guy. We'll get more, don't worry. There's gonna be missions that throw us into them. What a relief to see someone other than the goddamn Spurgman. I thought I could finish my work whilst the Exal were away, but they returned far quicker than I anticipated. It was all I could do to hide from the hope that they might leave again before I froze to... Wait, who are you? You're not one of our knights. A man of the House of Duradair cannot be seen in the company of an unbeliever. Good day, sir.
And homie just walks away.
Just fucking...
Ignores all of them.
Wow.
That is the power of faith right there. He's sitting there cowering. You're an unbeliever. Let me walk through these monsters.
I'm safe now. Nah, fuck you and your whatever. Hey. Hello, Asgore. How's it going? I need to turn on timestamps so I can see when everyone Second.
Yeah, Shadow. I spent hundreds of hours farming those sheep.
Oh,
I made
jeez.
a mill off of those sheep.
Good lord.
I ran the fleece market for 3 months. And that's for 200 a pop. Now it's doubled in price.
Oh wow.
And they sell like hotcakes.
She is going to castrate someone with that VR headset. I hope you know. Like, she's going to find a way to end their whatever they have down there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's guys here. I should probably move.
Wait, is that the guy that I need?
Wait, you just started 4 days ago? Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I just started my character up Thursday.
Oh, yeah. You started yesterday.
Oh yeah,
in my chat.
This guy started yesterday.
Yeah,
I don't need him so much.
Asgore's in my chat, and he's like, I just started Final Fantasy 4 days ago. Well, congratulations on starting Final Fantasy. Are you playing the trial version or the regular version? Regular version. Okay, cool. So you decided to invest some money into it. That's nice. Have you played any other MMOs before, like WoW or like any like Perfect World games or anything like that? ESO is another one. Oh, BDO? Okay. Yeah, Black Desert is not bad, but it feels like a chore list on steroids.
I kind of enjoyed it up to a point, and then I kind of just went south from there.
It reminds me of a model from like a really nice place. You're just like, it's so pretty, and then you get up close and you're like, oh dear God, what's your workout schedule like? And that's pretty much what it seems like. I mean, I love the visuals of the game, I really do, but it leans very hard into PvP, and I was never able to get fully into it. But I don't have a lot of experience with the game, so I'm not like putting it down. I'm just saying from my experience, from what I've done.
The game is good up to late game, then it becomes all heavy on money. Or you're grinding your butt off for 100 hours just to get slight increase in CP.
Give me 1 second. The arrogant fool returned not long before you arrived, wondering about the disgrace of having been rescued by an unbeliever. Serves him right for underestimating the dangers our knights face every day. But you are eager to locate your airship. It may surprise you that by saving him, you've already aided in your cause. House Durandare is quick to regard outsiders with suspicion, as it is their duty to sound the alarm at the first sign of the Darwinian aggression. Yet you have already aided them twice, for which they are honor-bound to repay you. Oh, they're gonna be my little... Tie him up in a corner. Even so, they will not grant you access to the Observatorium's records. Damn it! I need to go punish the maid strapped to the damn wall. That is just as well for their other ways you might locate your missing airship. What I propose is that you petition Lord Portelaine from the official introduction to the other high houses. The world of House Durandare carries tremendous weight in Ishgard. Should the captain consent, you will have little trouble obtaining information from the other high houses. Great. So, as Asgore, have you like played it before or played it at all? Like, do you know anything about the game going in? Downstairs? Is it downstairs or upstairs? Oh, that's outside, thank God. Not a thing, cool. What do you usually play in Final Fantasy? Or not Final Fantasy, in MMOs, what's your role? Do you usually play DPS, healer, tank, you know, the Holy Trinity and all that? Because I've been playing on and off for like 5 years now. I actually got the game when it first came out. Just been putting time into it here and there, but I will be honest with you, I'm going to be sticking with it this time. I keep coming back to it, and I just should have stayed with it because I regret playing other MMOs now. You caused quite a stir in your short time here. First you slay 2 heretics and save a knight, and now I hear you've rescued a man of our house. I imagine you must desire something for your troubles. An introduction to our other high houses. I cannot deny that you have given us no cause to distrust you. But while you have performed 2 acts, you would have me endorse you to 3 high houses? It is only fitting that you aid us one final time, wouldn't you agree? Okay, where's the maid outfit? Now, I understand that you are very eager to find your missing airship. Worry not, for this task should take a man of your skills but a moment to complete. Not long ago, a porter bound for Skyfar Locks was ambushed on the road due west of here. Though he escaped with his life, he must very much like his wares as well. On the off chance any portion of his shipment remains, I would have you travel to the scene of the robbery and bring back what you find. Lest you intend to perform only a cursory search, bear in mind that recovering the stolen merchandise will endear you to the house of Helenart, further improving your chances that they indulge your quest for aid. So, Asgore, what do you usually play, man? You have like a role in mind or anything? Like you said, you played VDO. Oh, you play tank. Cool. You're gonna love the game then. The takes of this game are they're not too different. You have. Oh, let me pull up my chart real quick. You have this is my off character, so not all the classes are done. You have Gladiator, Warrior, Dark Knight, and Gunbreaker. Gladiator, it turns into Warrior. It basically heals itself by doing damage, which is really cool. Warrior... Oh, that's Warrior, sorry. Dark Knight is kind of like a spell buff caster.
Don't touch it yet.
Gunbreaker is considered the best tank damage-wise right now. Buying the pay-to-win package thing. Pay-to-win? What pay-to-win package? Right, got one wares. Hearing your wife in the background, Shadow, makes me think of the thing I have locked in the toilet paper cupboard right now, which goes, meh.
Why am I hearing that?
Oh no. Wait, did he get you to... hold on a second. That thing. That's the thing I was talking about. I have one of those little bunny things from the meme. Got it a while back. But he tricked you to get the... Wait, so does that mean... Did he make you get the package where you skip the entire story and get straight to a level 80 character, or did he just get you the thing to like level your character to level 80?
Story is so good.
Because there's two different packages. There's one that like gives you story and stuff, and there's one that gives your character up. Like, please tell me you didn't get the story up thing. Level 80, okay. Then you're good. That unfortunately is a waste of money. Because so the way that Final Fantasy works, for a simple breakdown for you real quick, if you don't know already, you have one character that can do anything, any class. So the level 80 character will help you to be able to do the story, but it's not going to help you to finish the story, really. Basically, it's just going to make it to where you don't have to worry about leveling. I don't know why your friend advised you of that, because playing this game and getting to the end game immediately, and like skipping story and stuff, is a very, very, very bad idea. It does a huge disservice to this game. This game is different from other MMOs. Like World of Warcraft, your goal is to get to the end game, right? You get to the end game, you can do raids and all the other stuff and get all the best gear, and that's where the meat of the game is. For this game, the meat of the game is the journey from point A to point B. The meat of the game is the story. because everything that you do in this game is built on the story. If you're going to go somewhere and do a dungeon, that dungeon is part of the story. The entire reason you're doing that dungeon is because someone needed help there. So it's not a game it's meant to be like you're playing the character itself. It's not a game that's meant to be, I'm just getting to the end game and I'm going to do this and this and this. So, Black Mage level 31. Damn, you've been trucking that Black Mage. Have you been skipping story or have you been going through it? Have you been skipping cutscenes? Because I made that mistake. I made that mistake with my main character. I skipped a lot of cutscenes and I breezed through the story, and I regret it. And now I'm playing through it and I'm enjoying the game a lot more now that I'm going from step to step. So I would advise, as a new player, like, if you really need to, Black Mage is kind of rough. Paladin's good. If you want to still run tank, go Gladiator with Marauder. Right? Go Gladiator, and that will turn you, or Gladiator will be Gladiator? No, Marauder. Marauder turns into Warrior. Doing all the side quests, going through the cutscenes. Okay, so just stick with the story MSQ, and do the side stuff when you're wanting to take a break. But the game goes in order: A Realm Reborn, Heaven's Sword, Stormblood, and then from Stormblood it goes Shadowbringer, which is considered to be the best story, and then you get to Endwalker, which actually is supposed to be better than Shadowbringer. Nice. Just got your chocobo on the Black Mage. Nice. Yeah, that's the hard part. Once you get there, it's a little bit easier. We're actually not far past that. We're actually, like, I want to say, like, 40 quests past where you're at right now. Believe it or not, Shadow here was where you are yesterday, like yesterday night. He skimmed through the story though. This is another character for him. We're basically recapping the story with him, just like I am. So. Black Mage is kind of rough, though. Later on in the game, it can be kind of hard because it's reliant on how well you time your stuff. Just wanting to let you know that. I'm not saying don't play it. I'm just saying be aware.
Be aware. Be very aware.
All right, let me do this little quest real quick, and I'll continue. Have you good tidings to share, or better yet, stolen merchandise to show? Stolen merchandise to show. You sound like you've been robbing people, my friend. Oh, a cutscene.
Mm-hmm.
God bless you, friend. It's all here, every last... Oh, but wait, the chest over there looks like it might have been pillaged. Bloody hell's with the personal property of Lord France, too. Are you certain? Clearly an attempt was made to open it, but the lock appears to have held. Nevertheless, I wish you to verify its contents against your shipping manifest. Be my guest. Where you take me, a draconian rosary, in the possession of Lord France? Yet perhaps it is not so difficult to fathom. House Helonart is whispered to be infested with hair. Dear God, what was that?
That was me knocking over something.
Do you need help getting up?
No.
Thank you for bringing this matter to my attention, sir. I shall inform your inquisitors immediately. Under these circumstances, I must strongly advise against associating with House Helonarde. You still have those? How did I drink those faster than you?
6 boxes.
You! Okay, that explains it all.
And this is my last one.
Sitting over there, I look at Fox, and he's shaking a can, and I'm like, are you serious? He's got a can of you, and he's just like, you other introductions will need to be postponed as well. It is the duty of every Ishgardian to root out and destroy heretics. All must wait until this matter is resolved. Cool. So, methinks there might be some people in your inner circle that have fucked up there, buddy. You need to watch the skies so long as House Durandare holds the observatorium. Should the Dervarians come, the golden bell will sound, and all of Ishgard will hearken its call. Okay. This guy... give me 1 second, I'm reading. Just go to Chocobo, Black Mage, on Ifrit. Yeah. So the NPCs and stuff for Ifrit were a pain in the butt. Each one of them is kind of different, depending on what class you are. Like, for me, it's easy. I'm a tank. So as long as they don't do a certain amount of damage to me, I can just off them all day.
What server did he pick?
I'll ask in a second. I actually failed an early game dungeon because I couldn't kill the Null fast enough. Yep. That sounds about right, bud. That sounds about right. You have to read your moves for a Black Mage, and kind of get in the habit of that. Just like take some time to read the moves and what they do. There's an order to where they hit.
I always start with a paddle, which gives them a debuff, and then I send them with a thunder because it gives them
Midgard Summer. It's my home server. Okay, we're on Diablos, by the way. I don't know where Shadow originally came from. I think it was
Midgard Summer. That was where my original characters were.
Wow, that's ironic.
Yep. Yeah, that's where my high level ones are, like the 50s and such.
Dude,
so I got Pally and everything.
I gotta eventually log into my other account at some point, my original account.
Mm-hmm.
I missed that fat chocobo, man. That fat chocobo was so good. It was so hilarious.
Oh, I miss my car.
Oh, don't worry.
No, you kind of got a.
I have no idea what you said.
Yeah.
You have the thing called gambler. I don't know if that's extremely positive or extremely negative.
Yes.
Yes.
Where did you guys go?
Come close. Yeah, we're still in here. Come closer, lad, and listen well. This is for your eyes only. Lord Frencel is no heretic. He is a goodly, righteous man, wholly dedicated to his cause. That's what he wants you to think, buddy. That's what he wants you to think. I know this because I served House Helenart for years prior to the calamity. You must go to Skyfire Locks and warn him of the coming storm. Inquisitors are ruthless and will spare him no mercy. Speak to him of the Edelweiss, and he will know you for a friend. Now go. So, we're getting towards the end of the Realm Reborn storyline, and towards the beginning of the end of the game. So the reason why Realm Reborn is the way it is oh, good. The reason why Realm Reborn is the way it is because when the game released, they never actually made an expansion for it. So what they did was they kept putting stuff into the base game content. They kept adding stuff in. And so when you get to the end game for A Realm Reborn, it's kind of a big chunk of game that you have to go through. And it's not because they wanted you to suffer. It's just because they didn't have an intention of making it a DLC at the time, because the game had nearly died. Like, they had messed up so bad that the game almost died. And so they just put a little bit more work into the game they already had instead of making a DLC. So the A Realm Reborn is pretty long. The story starts getting good once you get into Karthus here, which is where we're at now. There's not really that many spoilers where we are now, so you shouldn't have to worry about that. But yeah, the game is really good. Heavensward made me tear up, I'll be honest with you. And I don't know if I have it on recording, but I remember bitching and moaning during Heavensward because of some stupid shit some of the characters did in that expansion. And I will bring that up when we get to that point again. Because they are some stupid motherfuckers. And I called it the first time, and it happened. They said, I'm going to discard this item, and it won't come back to haunt us at all. And it did. And I was like, you stupid motherfucker, you should have broke it. It taught me to learn combat rotation through fire and flames. Yeah, no, BDO will definitely teach you that. Like, no joke. So this game is... It doesn't feel as weird as World of Warcraft would be. World of Warcraft's like really responsive but kind of slow on the moves. This game, though, how do I say this? The button timing can be slow, but the game doesn't ever feel slow. I don't know how they pulled that off. I really don't.
The limit break seems really slow.
The limit breaks always charge slow. That's why they're a limit break.
I know.
All right, let's see. Yes, as you look as though you have something to say. Do you? Let's see. What did he tell you? What's in your pocket? Are you happy to meet me? Yes, I'm going with that one. Little Weiss in your pocket, are you happy to see me? I see, Sir Carlot has not forgotten my mother's favorite flower. A pity it has not been seen in Corthus since the calamity. May you speak freely here, friend. Oh god, I love having this head. I love having this fucking headpiece, it's so good. They have all this shocked expression looking at my character, and I just have this big ass fat chocobo face. Like, oh my god! And I'm just like, quack.
It should be a meme.
Oh,
That's all a meme.
that's not a. That's absurd. I would sooner die than become a thrall to the dragons. Alas, it matters little what I say to that point. Although the Draconian Rosary was not found in my possession, it will still be considered by many to be proof of my heresy. So it was planted, basically. They broke it open to plant it. I must do my utmost to prove the innocence to the Inquisitors, if they harbor even the slightest doubt. This will only add weight to the incessant accusations. Yeah, the incessant accusations our home has suffered of late. It's as though the gods themselves are plotting our fall. Dear God! I don't know if that was a scream or a moan. Is she okay in there?
I'm wearing my headphones. I have no idea.
Well, I did. I got it on stream. You risked much by coming here. If it only proper that I recompense you for this deed, tell me what you desire, and I shall do my best to provide. A missing airship, I see. It may require a prolonged effort. To locate your quarry, I shall direct you to one in a better position to assist you.
Funny out of you who's.
Lord Chiffin of House Fortemps commands the garrison at Camp Dragonhead. Present to him this letter of introduction, and he will surely be receptive to your needs. Check your face, Mara. If nothing else, videos. Yeah, the rotation for video is kind of weird. I didn't delve too far into the game. I mean, it was nice. Oh, it was nice to have the ability to have moves that seemed like they had weight to them, you know, because of the way that you would chain them. This game's not so demanding on the rotations. Like, it has rotations, but they're not that bad. They're usually like 4 or 5 buttons at most. And there's usually like 3 different chains you can do depending on what you're doing. Like if I do my AoE right here, second one is this one right here that leads up to it. And then these 4 at the top lead into each other. So you go 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one, when my gauge gets high enough, this one right here is for Berserk and doing more damage. This one is for increasing my HP if I'm, you know, needing health. And of course, this one is a pull. This is a defensive. This one's another defensive, and this one's a attack back or a vulnerability move. So you can see like they have a pattern. But my setup here is a lot different than other people. I have mine set up to where it sits with my keyboard. So like if I wanna use these moves, it's not hard for me to. I just need to move my hand up.
Like this.
Oh yeah, use a controller. The controllers are rough.
I like using the controller. I do pretty well as a white mage with it.
You gotta get used to it.
Flash.
Yep.
Did you see what I did? Look at my character.
Oh yeah, I saw that you had the champagne out. I really miss my I really miss my my direwolf on my main character. I just unlocked it, so I'm really kind of sad I can't use it on this character anyway. He's too big. too big. He did not skip leg day. Wait, no, he did skip that leg day. He skipped all leg days.
Okay, here's my
Ugh.
asshole.
Oh, you should pet my kitty. Pet my kitty. Back, she said hi.
Hey, not on
Hello,
stream.
Caroline. Hello, Caroline. How are you, baby?
I'm messing with you, Flash.
She's trying to find a place to curl up. There you go. Sweet lap kitty. Sweet baby. Alright, so, yeah, so you're playing on your bed, and your desk broke? Are you playing on console or PC? Because BDO and Final Fantasy, they could be either. So, I know some people that play it on PlayStation. The cool thing is, I think you can move your stuff over from different platforms.
Not sure if you can anymore,
It
but
has controller capabilities.
I mean, it used to, I thought that you could move through consoles. I don't know if from console to PC or PC to console.
Well, PC is a console.
PC, nice. PC is not a console. Don't you insult PCs. Nice, PC. Cannot be played on console. I thought BDO could be played on like a PS4. Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
No, I don't know. My brain is not working.
Well, it can. Every Final Fantasy game can be played on a console.
We're not talking about Final Fantasy.
Oh, okay.
Technically played on a console. It's cancerous to use a controller for video. Yeah, no, I bet. Can you imagine like 4 set combo moves and you have to hold like 4 buttons down for each one? You'd be finding ways to, you know, graft your controller onto your skull at that point. So, yeah, so the high level. Yeah. And that's the end game, so. I mean, don't get me wrong, I liked ESO. ESO was kind of fun. It's just after a while you don't have anything to really lead you in a direction, so you can just do whatever you want. So if you don't have friends to play with or like a direction you want to go, you kind of just Oh, no, of course. Well, because consoles can't do it. Like with the PS, I think the PS5 and I think that with the PS5 and the Xbox, because I know the Xbox allows mouse and keyboard support, you might be able to get away with it. But I mean, all in all, playing anything competitively on a console is just a bad idea.
This item is so expensive. As far as I remember, it's like 100,000.
Yeah, I met a guy a while back in Dark Souls, and it was before the remake came out, like the re-release, and he showed me a lot in Dark Souls, and it was hilarious. Some like the canceling that he could pull off. Like he could swing a weapon, roll, and flip to another set before he finished his roll. It was crazy. Like the guy had been obviously playing for way too long. Are your bowels sufficiently evacuated, my dear? For now, what else do you have in there? You've hit that toilet 3 times. It's basically choking right now. You fed it too much. What's that look for? That poor... Am I going to have to resuscitate the toilet?
Maybe.
I'm not using my mouth.
Mouth to bowl resuscitation.
Yeah, I never put that much into Dark Souls, honestly. I've beaten 1, I've played Demon Souls, I've played Dark Souls 2, and I've beaten Dark Souls 3. And all I can say about Dark Souls 3 is fuck Midir. Fuck that dragon crystalline bastard. He's not even a boss you need to complete in the game. He's an extra boss, but oh my god, does he suck.
Well, I'm gonna log out.
Thank God Jesus came by and saved me from my perils. I kid you not, though. I actually have it on my YouTube channel. A guy named Jesus came out and he's got like this whip, and he reposted mid-ear, mid-point blank range.
See you, Shadow.
Later, guys.
What mission you left off on, so we can make sure not to more.
Following the evidence.
Follow the evidence.
Yeah.
Still like...
I'm to the point where I can complete it, but I got work next few days, for the rest of the week, so I won't be able to play as much. You guys go on ahead.
Are you going to be on? Are you going to be on during the afternoons?
I don't get off work till like 7 o'clock at night.
Well, I mean, we're usually on 7 o'clock to like 11 anyway.
Yeah.
Usually.
We'll see, because I think I got to edit some videos myself tomorrow.
Oh, you're good.
So we upload twice a week, so.
Yeah, just let me know when, man. Let me know when.
Later, man.
Have a good night, bud.
Yeah.
Later.
It did. Like, I... Do what?
Never mind.
That is a floating... Oh, that is a floating purple horse.
Yeah, it's one of the from the primals. It's from the Thunder Primal, or the Storm one, for the sky.
You're not talking about the giant whale, are you?
I think so.
I don't know why that would drop from a whale.
Because each primal has a horse. Because what it drops Ifrit, drops the Flame one.
You've got to be talking about the savage ones. The savage versions.
Yes. You have to do the savage to get a chance to get it. Remember we did and I ended up getting it?
Yeah, so, I liked Elden Ring, but it was just... How do I say this? It was like a streamlined version of Dark Souls. Because all the enemies were everywhere, and they were all generally around the same difficulty for the most part, except for a few instances. So I liked it, but it was like... I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I really liked the game, but I'm not sure if, like, Dark Souls-wise, it was one of the better games or not. I enjoyed the scale of it, and some of the stuff in it I really enjoyed, but... I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to poke you with my foot. Yeah, I'd say Elden Ring is up there. I think my favorite Dark Souls game was probably 1. Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 3 is close. And Elden Ring was... I don't know. I don't know where I'd put Elden Ring, because it's not exactly the same as the other ones.
It's a good game.
My build in Elden Ring eventually was just... I found out that you could use Frost and Blood together. Like, you could get the Bleed effect and Frost effect. Frost would drain stamina, and Blood would drain health in chunks. So I made... Most of my weapons were built off of that, where they had a bleed function, and I would lower the bleed function to give them Frost. And it worked out really well. Yeah. Strength does fall off pretty hard. I remember when it first came out and everyone was running the mage build, and it was hilarious because they were just beaming down bosses. And they started patching it and everyone started getting like ticked off about it. Babe, are you still in the building?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hang on just a minute.
You're good.
feeding a cat.
Oh. Which one?
Ram.
Oh.
I don't know where the Oreo is. He's the last one.
Oreo's here at my foot. Here at my foot, and I'm petting him with the foot. He loves it because he's a foot fiend.
Well, then when we go to bed.
Yeah, he'll be at my feet when we go to bed. He always likes to lay there. or Dex Arcane.
Yeah, I think Oriole's
So
going
will
to
not
enjoy it.
take 45 minutes in a mini boss fight. Yeah. Dex Arcane, yeah. Yeah, I didn't look into the Arcane as much, but I heard that it was really good. It's been forever since I played, though. I loved how armor made a difference in Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 3 really ticked me off because it became a fashion statement and none of the gear really mattered. And it made no sense of why you would wear gear at all if it just didn't matter. Like, yeah, it could make you heavy and make you, you know, roll fat, but I mean, that was just annoying to me. Like, if you're gonna make the gear... if you're gonna make the gear pretty much just only purpose to just make you fat roll, then why give the gear a weight at all? You know? I haven't played enough of 2. For a second there, I thought that was my fucking character. I shit you not, I thought that was my character.
No, I thought the same thing too when I saw it.
Fucking hell! He looks just like my fucking main. That is insane. Not exactly, but the hairstyle and the face. And he's doing the flames too, like he's in the flame guild. Fucking shit, dude. That threw me for a loop for a second. Holy fuck.
Who's on my account?
I was like, what the fuck? Wow. That is... Oh man, it's gonna take me a bit to get over that. Oh, we're gonna hate this guy, by the way. His little war room. Yeah, no, he's gonna be fucking mating us a lot. We're gonna be his little bitches for a while. Just letting you know. The unmistakable swagger of a well-traveled adventurer. If you have come to pay your respects, be at ease, friend. I am not one to stand on formality. Truth be told, I would gladly welcome many and more brave souls like yourself, but enough chatter. Pray tell me why you have come. If there are any justice in this world, these charges will receive no serious consideration. It is beyond inconceivable, and yes, the letter made mention of pressing matter for which you required assistance. What might that be? So the enterprise you speak of was last seen above Porthos before the calamity 5 years ago. I fear it may prove difficult to find any eyewitnesses to these events, for while Ishgard did not participate in the Battle of Kartnu, we were embroiled in our own internal conflicts at the time. Nevertheless, I will make inquiries on your behalf and share with you my findings in the future. In the meantime, please enjoy the hospitality of Camp Dragonhead. I will see that you are afforded every courtesy as a guest of House Forte. You know what the funny part is, though? I skipped all of this the first time, so I didn't know any of this. Let's see, crafting the glorious face. Is there a way to hide the helmet? Yeah. If you hit C. Oh wait, crit. You're on controller. Go to your menu bar and go to character. And down here at the bottom, there's options. Like this one will help you display your weapon. This one will help you display your headpiece, so you can take it on and off. And then the other one, the last one, is for gear that has a sliding headpiece, like a face guard. For this one, it just opens the mouth of the chocobo. You can also see what the weapon looks like when you sheath and unsheath, because sometimes weapons change form when you do that. You can also toggle gear that you're setting up, and you can also reset the display back to... The game does a lot for you. So, for example, something that might help you a lot in the near future is going to be your logs. That's in the log section, which is the third bar. Logs will have gathering log, crafting log, hunting log, and a few other ones. But hunting logs allow you to kill certain creatures, and you can get more experience for them. If you've joined a group like the Maelstrom or the Serpents or whatever, the factions, in this one they call them the guilds, but you can get seals by defeating these guys. Like, as you can see here, some of these are done and some of these are not. And as long as you click on your guild thing down here, you'll be able to do it. See which ones you need. And if you hover over them, it'll tell you what area they're in. That's very helpful. Also, these logs can sometimes bar you from doing other stuff in the game. So if you can do them, you want to complete all of them. They'll also give you a lot of experience and stuff while you're doing it early on. So very helpful. So much better without the helmet. Yeah, I'm glad you can choose between the helmet or not the helmet. Also, there is some stuff that I'd like to share with about timers. Check real quick. Can't remember what menu it's on. Timers control you. Okay, so duty at the end, and you have timers. So timers are going to be something that you're really going to want to look into. So timers are basically things that you can do every day. Like how much time you have left before it resets. So some of these are really handy for you. They don't show much right now, but like mission allowances for my thing. So the cool thing about this is when you have a guild, you can actually click on it and it'll give you supply missions and provisioning missions. Basically, supply missions are things you can gather. Provision missions are things that you can make, I think. And it'll basically say, if you get this for me in the certain number, or you make this for me, I will give you X amount of experience for giving me that item towards that specific craft. Like if you want to level your botany or something. It's very handy for leveling fast if you want to. And it's a daily thing. You can see those by going to your faction and talking to the guy in the middle, the quartermaster. He'll ask you if you want to do provisioning or if you want to upgrade your standing in the guild or in the faction, and choose the provisioning and go through them, and it'll show you. Can't see what you don't have. So if you don't have botany, you're not going to see botany there. If you don't have any of those, you're not going to see any of those there. Let's see. Sorry about the wait. As you doubtless realized by now, the high houses of Ishgard, House 4 Temps included, are either unable or unwilling to offer you full assistance in your search. However, that does not mean that there are not influential individuals within each house who are sympathetic to your cause. I shall be sending missives to the various representatives in Ishgard through. Though I suspect it will be quicker and more efficient if you were to make the inquiries on your own. Lady Nene, I don't know how to pronounce that. Lady Nene of the of mine own house, 4 Temps, who resides here in Camp Dragonhead, rather enjoys the company of travelers. That does not sound like a clean comment, my friend. There's also Cravelin of the house Elinart, who also can be found in the Skyfire locks, though any information you pry from the scribe may prove to. Have you spoken to the chief astrologian of the house of Durandare yet? Really? Perhaps he will be more accommodating once I inform him that you are a friend of House 4 Temps. Do not concern yourself with the house Demail? Demail! It's the house Demail. I shall contact them myself. Seek the counsel of the 3 I mentioned and return to me when finished. Oh, jeez. I need to get water. I am thirsty as hell. Where be my drinkage? Oh, my. Well, cats, I hope you enjoyed sitting on me, because I'm gonna have to push you out the way to get this. There we go.
You need help.
Do what?
I was asking if you needed help.
No, I'm good. It was right next to my leg. I'm gonna be thirsty as hell for a while. That steak's gonna take a lot of water to break down, so I'm gonna be more thirsty than I usually am. Fox, what are you killing?
Something.
Jeez.
Dragonfly.
Hey guys, story's happening. Let me kill this fly over here. Haha! I can see it now. I can really see it now. Like, we're having a serious conversation with a guy. You know, he's talking about, like, his daughter, how she died or something, right? And you just see Foxo in the background, like, flying around, doing, like, dolphin dives off of chairs, trying to catch a squirrel.
Squirrel.
The answer is a DPS class. Yes, it is. And you can do it as a male or female. Hold on. My cats know better than to stand on my computer. Goodbye, twin of mine. I will see you later. Alright, time to ride. Where'd you go, babe?
I didn't move.
Oh, you're still... okay.
The demon from that dungeon, they're over here.
Yeah, Dancer's a DPS class. Some classes you can't get until you get to the level to get the character. Like, you have a level issue. You have to be a certain level to unlock them, and you have to own a certain game, or you have to have a certain story quest done, so on and so forth. Like, base game, if you get to Heaven's Sword, when you get to Heaven's Sword, you have to do a couple quests, and you can get, I believe, the Mechanist, or no, the Astrologian, and the... Mechanist, Astrologian, and Dark Knight. And the Dark Knight story, don't skip it. The class quests, do not skip those. They are, there's an entire story around most classes. So, like, if you're aware of the story with them, it's fine. If you're not aware with the story, don't skim through the class quests. Because the class quest for the job classes, like the fighting classes in the game, are normally accompanied by a pretty decent story. It was really a really nice surprise for my wife. She was not expecting the rogues to have a big in-depth story, but they do.
Now ninjas.
Or ninjas, yeah. Well, hello, good sir. What's that? An airship, you say? I hate to disappoint you, but I know nothing of what you seek. Likely no one from House Fortemps does, for if they did, I would definitely know as well. Talking about that pillow talk there. Concerned? Really concerned? The topic of everyone's lips these days is what will become of the young Lord Frencel. Some say the allegations are long overdue, given how many members of the House of Lenart have been found guilty of heresy in recent days. Yeah, if it's been that common, I'm either concerned that either A, they really are, or B, someone's setting them up. Rocket science. Let's see, where do we go now? I'm just fairly sure there's always going to be battle music in the background, thanks to Foxo here. Just sitting in town. They're gonna kill you! Run away! Dark Knight is a tank class considering the treatment of the Dark Knight in every single Final Fantasy game. Yeah. Dark Knight. Yes, for Paladin. Yeah, it's so it's weird in the game. Paladins are pretty much kind of like buff cast characters, like defensive buff casters. Basically, they can heal themselves and do a few other things. They're different than other pallies though in other games by a little bit here and there. The Dark Knight, from what I do know, is like an AoE spellcaster, which is odd. Gunbreaker seems to be hilarious because it's basically like a high damage tank, which is interesting. I haven't really put a lot of time into it yet. Marauder, which turns into Warrior, I really enjoy so far. I'm liking it. I've also put a lot of time into a few other classes as well. Red Mage is pretty fun. Alone, grant me strength. There must be some way to... Oh, who are you? A friend of Lord Hotcherfent? Like, I don't know how you guys expect me... Like, can people in Japan pronounce these names? Because, we can't. I want to help you, I truly do, but these accusations of heresy have thrown House Helionart into chaos. Right now, we must focus on combating these charges and preserving our reputation.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm calling it. I'm worn out.
Alright, well, let's go to the turn-in point real quick, and then we'll... Good.
Oh, damn it. Wait a minute, because I have to re-plug up my controller.
Good. Two souls. Yeah, I haven't put a lot of time into other Final Fantasy games. I've wanted to. I put some time into 12 and a few other ones. Never really got through all of them. Have I even beaten a Final Fantasy game before? I have.
Can we go, babe? Because I'm tired.
Things are weird. I gather you've been busy since we last spoke. Lord Harchfent's missive was positively glowing, but if you think that's the endorsement is cause for me to disregard Ishgardian policies, then you are sure. We are at war, sir, and the enemy grows bolder by the day. Why, in short, the time since Inquisitor Bellarmine arrived in Corthus, countless heretics have been discovered, even amongst the elite of Ishgardian society. If Lord Harchenfant wishes to waste these days chasing after a long-lost airship, then that is his choice. But if he expects others to share in his folly, then he is truly blind to the present state of affairs. There you go. No. Doing old English pronunciation and all. Yeah. Yeah, pronunciations are kind of odd. I can't wait till we get to like the later games where you start getting like characters that for a while. Yeah, as you can tell, he got the same hairstyle as my character. Gaul is coming out of jail. That's concerning. I mean, I already knew I was butchering some of the names anyway. Ow.
Hey, babe.
Yeah.
When you come to bed, I left my ID on your table.
Yeah, I picked it up last night because the cats were trying to knock it off.
Can you bring it in to the bedroom and
Yeah.
either set it on my nightstand or set it in my bag or something?
Yeah, I can.
I might be conscious whenever you come in and lay down, depending on when you come in, but I'm at least laying down.
Well, I'm just gonna check on the achievement thing real quick.
I'm wanting to get snuggled and comfy in bed. It's been a really long day.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary and good night. I'll see you when you come to bed.
Hey, babe, I'll be there in a minute. I'm gonna check on a couple things and I'll be done.
Alright, bye.
Let's go. Oh, crap, something. Damn. Fartings. Odin. Got all of it. I don't have too many mounts, so you got the base chocobo, the draught chocobo, which is a friend one. You have the red draught one, never draught one. Also two seaters. And you've got the black chocobo, which you get later in the game. You've got the magic armor, which you get for dungeon. Achievement. It's just a hand. Behemoth, have the Cavalry. That's one that you get from a beast tribe, so a daily thing. The Direwolf, which you get from daily thing, all from another group. The Twintania, which is a recruiter friend thing. You have the Bull, which is a so basically after Stormblood is about to end, you get that mount. Get this one, a Mana Cutter, which I think is from something in Heavensward. Gralia, this one is a per-person mount that's actually only a limited time event that I got a while back, and it's Guardsmer, which is actually from doing the story in Heavensward. Got a lot more minions and stuff here, pages of. Pretty tame compared to some people. I think I've got a little bitty Sid. Yeah, I've got a little bitty Sid. Got a Uffinod. Thancred. Got the Wind Up Bismarck, which is one of the whenever like Fox talks about the whale, that's what he's talking about. Emerald whale. On. It's weird, Dulons are not supposed to have their heads. Death and Celtic folklore. Yeah, it's a good game. There's a lot you can do. As you can see by my character card, there's a lot more. I've got a lot of these to like at least Heavensward or above. Summoner wasn't bad. Red Mage was kind of fun. Haven't put too much time into it. Samurai is pretty fun. Samurai is flashy, like really flashy. Of course, Gunbreaker and stuff. Like, I haven't put a lot of work into other classes. I'm predominantly sticking with Paladin until I get to the end game. But yeah, it was good having you around, Escort. Yeah, because the queue times are insane. But it's good having you. I probably be streaming tomorrow evening around the same time. If you ever want to, you can go through my stream in Discord and hit me up if you want to ever join on Diablos. Fairly certain you probably don't want to because you'll have to start from scratch, and that's not a fun thing, especially with you being a new player and all. Plus you have friends and stuff on that server, so. But yeah, I'm going to be going through the story bit by bit. We've already done a few. I have all of the videos listed on YouTube, on my YouTube channel down below. Should be 2 links, one for the Unboxed Gamer and then another one, my Flashguard channel, which will have the same icon as my Twitch channel, by the way. And if you want to go there, I've got like literally everything we've done so far. It's I think like 48 hours, 41 hours of video so far. And I'm basically just playing the game over again, getting familiar with everything. But yeah, if you need any help or information, I don't know a whole lot about the game, but I'll help as much as I can. I also have a friend named King. He's really good at the game. He's been around for a long time and knows a lot, so. But I'm going to go ahead and end up vlogging for the evening. There's a lot in this game to do, and a lot of stuff that you can do, so don't be too worried about it. A lot of it is, what do you feel like doing? Like, if you want to do main story queue all day, and then at the end of the day you want to do something else like fishing, that's fine. There's really no rush unless you're like with friends and stuff, but try to get people that are on the same like timetable as you. If you do make friends, a lot of people here in this game are really friendly and really nice. They'll help you with pretty much anything. So don't feel like you can't just say hi to people, because a lot of people in this game are really nice. So the community is a lot better than almost any other MMO. So don't be too worried about it. Yeah, so as long as you don't skip the MSQ and take your time with it, it's a lot. Trust me, it's a lot. Though I think the base game is like 500 hours. I feel like you take your sweet time with it for Realm Reborn, but I mean, I don't think it's that long. But basically, you know, just take your time with it. You're gonna love the story a lot more. You're gonna love the game a lot more if you do that. Classes and stuff, like side classes and stuff you could do. You don't have to know them, but like I said, they have stories attached to them and stuff as well. But yeah, so if you ever want to like hang out, talk or anything, let me know. My Discord and everything's below. Like I said, I'm going to be calling it an evening for now, but have a good night. I will be on most days around 12 Central. I won't be streaming until like nighttime, like 8 o'clock or so. But primarily I'll be around during the day. So I've got something to do. Primarily I've been just leveling up side stuff and doing side stuff in the game while I've been waiting. But thank you for joining me today. I'm going to go ahead and call it and end the stream here in a second. Like I said, I have a whole YouTube channel full of a whole bunch of videos and stuff if you want to check those out. My flashcard channel, by the way, is all raw footage. My Unbox Gamer account, I haven't put up anything in a while, but that's the one that I use for making videos. But I haven't made videos in a while, so I don't want to. But have a good night. You guys sleep well, have fun, enjoy the game, and take your time with it. It's not a game that you want to rush. Do it at your speed and just have fun with it. It's not a game where you get to the end and everything's just that. It's a lot better than that.